I was pregnant with my first child. I now have two children, both boys. But when I was pregnant with my first child, and I didn't know if it was going to be a boy or a girl, I remember coming across an article in the newspaper that said something about that moms who had disordered eating habits were, 90% chance they're going to pass that along to their daughters. And I thought, wow, I really better get my act together. I thought, this is something I don't want to pass on. I began to think, how can I be intentional about not passing on the fear of food, the fear of fat, the anxiety about body to my next generation, which, was already growing within me. So I think one of the most important things you can do is make your home I call it a fat talk free zone. So by fat talk, I just mean the sort of anxious talk that has us saying things about, well, I need to lose the baby weight, I need to get in shape for bathing suit season, I need to work off some of those holiday pounds, or, oh, I shouldn't, I've been bad, when we're speaking of these things in relation to food. So I think what Christian parents can do, what we should do, what we should try to do, is to celebrate that our bodies are made in the image of God, that they are very good, fearfully and wonderfully made, and that we should try as hard as we can not to talk about our bodies in negative ways, but instead to praise them, to say, look how wonderfully you're cut healed, see how God designed your body, and to celebrate things that have nothing to do with how much they're eating in relation to how their body looks, and things that have nothing to do with just physical appearance. And then I think, in addition, parents can really model healthy attitudes toward food for their kids by not speaking of food in terms of good food and bad food. And that's, an easy sort of cycle to slip into. Well, that's good for you and that's bad for you. So my kids love cinnamon rolls. That's just one of our family favorites. Cinnamon rolls are great. I love cinnamon rolls with lots of frosting, with butter and sugar. And, obviously cinnamon rolls are not an everyday food. But I try to emphasize to them that they're just special foods. It's not that they are bad and broccoli is good. It's that they're special and broccoli is maybe more of an everyday food. And I think on the other side of that, and just to get really practical, I would say it's important for parents, if we want to teach our kids to have good, healthy attitudes toward food, we should talk about God as the provider of our food, and cultivate that appreciation. Maybe plant some seeds, see how they grow. Kids love that. And then even more practical, I think it's important to learn how to prepare and purchase vegetables and fruits in ways that are just really delicious. So toss apple slices with lemon juice and offer them alongside, peanut butter dip, and learn how to prepare broccoli really well. My husband always thought that he hated broccoli, but he just never had it prepared well. So if we can kind of simple things like that, learning how to make things that are good for you taste really good too, we can kind of dismantle the idea that everything good is bad for you, which is just not true.